If you think you spend too much time on social media, well, you're probably right. On average, we spend about 2.5 hours each day on social media, and that is way too much. In fact, the internet is a never-ending roller coaster of distraction. The worst part is that we are well aware of it, yet we feel powerless to disconnect. So I want to share 3 tools that help me avoid wasting unnecessary time online and get hours of productivity back. Number 1, clean your smartphone. This is probably the easiest thing to do, yet not done by many of us. It requires you to perform an audit of your smartphone usage in order to get rid of any distractions. Open your settings and go to your screen time activity. Check your time usage and ask yourself these 2 basic questions. 1. What are the apps that you use the most? 2. What triggers you to scroll automatically on these apps? As soon as you have the answer to these 2 questions, you can decide whether you should delete the app, turn off the notifications, mute some accounts you follow, or even delay the refresh of your mailbox. Honestly, this exercise should be conducted often to avoid piling up unnecessary apps on your smartphone and to avoid being distracted by these endless pop-ups or notifications. Tool number 2. It requires you to download an app called OneSec. But here's the thing, OneSec app is a different kind of app. This application is described as distracting apps made less appealing scientifically. I have been using it for a year now, and I have to say, it really works. How? Basically, every time you try to open your favorite apps, let's say TikTok or Instagram, but it really works with any app, you have to wait a certain amount of time. 30 seconds, 1 minute or more, you can decide. The goal is to give you the chance to act intentionally by pausing and thinking twice before getting hooked into spending more time on social media. It's basically an app that works on the principle of delayed gratification, so that your brain loses interest in those dopamine hits each time you open your favorite apps. There is a free and a paid version. I have the free version where you can only target one app, but if you need the premium version, honestly, it is really worth paying the annual 15 euros. Tool number 3. There is a very useful functionality called shortcuts. If you didn't know, shortcuts can automate a wide variety of things on your iPhone, such as emailing yourself daily reminders or silencing your phone when you're in the office. But the way I really like to use shortcuts is by defining time limits on some applications. In my case, all the apps except the essential ones, such as banking apps or my calendar, are blocked between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. This ensures that I don't stay up late at night reading stupid things on X or watching another useless video on YouTube. You can customize which apps and the time limits, or even create more automation. So I strongly advise that you go check that out and see what are the automations that make sense and which ones will add value to your life. If I'm not mistaken, Android phones have a similar feature, but I'm no expert. Finally, a bonus tool, which comes in the form of a free extension to be installed on your browser. It is called the Unhook extension. What it does, it simply eliminates distraction by hiding what is not important for you on YouTube. For example, it hides the recommended sidebar, the suggestions, the user comments, the homepage video feed, and it turns off the autoplay. You basically customize your YouTube experience by keeping what matters, the video you want to watch, and you don't get distracted by other video recommendations. Mind, however, that Unhook is only available for Chrome, Firefox, and Microsoft Edge. Remember, if you want to get ahead in life, you should consider carefully the time that you spend online, but also offline. The time that you spend on any application or website should be intentional. You need to have a purpose, a reason to consult an application or a website. Otherwise, you're setting yourself up to waste your time.